I am here on YouTube. I am live. For some reason, I cannot go live on Facebook. What a shame. What a shame. So, my Facebook page is under attack. It's okay. I can bounce back. I can recover from that. But right now, I'm live. I'm going to spill the tea. Florence and Luce. Everything you need to know. Join me. Join me. So, I did record as much as I could on Facebook. I'm not allowed on Facebook. So it's okay. It's okay. So let me tag Facebook. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Tagging on Facebook. I can only do a wheel. Fewer than 1,000 posts. Someone wants to be famous too badly. Good morning, all of you. Good morning. Florence wants to be famous so badly, and she's willing to do everything and anything. So, what I'm about to do is spill the tea. You are hearing it from Madame Lahini, a confidant in the Haitian community, a leader in the Haitian community. So, if you want to know what you need to know about this, I don't know what to call Florence and Luce. It's just. Mm. It's so Florence Luce is a woman with issues, is a woman who wants to be famous, and she's willing to do anything, and that's the danger. When you're willing to do anything, it's dangerous. So right now, the Haitian community is under attack. Our children are being bullied. Our economic value is being tested, and here is Florence selling vagina, selling sex. We don't need that in the Haitian community. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need those kind of artists with no talent. Florence El Luce has no talent. If she had a little bit of talent, maybe we would tolerate she, not her. Maybe we would tolerate she, not her, she. If she had a little bit of talent, maybe we would tolerate her. But she doesn't. And so, because she doesn't have talent and she wants to be famous so badly, she's selling sex. And right now is not the time to be selling sex to the Haitian community. It is not the time. There are so many reasons why Haitian parents ought to be aware. There are so many reasons why a Haitian with any types of influence is to watch out. And here comes Florence Luce with the garbage. Here comes Florence Luce with the stupidness. Here comes Florence Luce with the vagina tricks. And we, the Haitian people, we believe in vaginas. We support the vagina businesses. We just don't want it to become a majority of our existence. We don't want it to surface as if that's the only thing we do. And that's what we are known for, because it's not. Vagina does not live on the foreheads of women in the Haitian community. The vagina is a private affair, and we do best to focus on our children, what matters most. And so that new music by Florence and Luce, that new song, it's garbage. We, the Haitian people, we have already declared it trash. So go for you. If you are part of the American community and you appreciate that type of trash, go ahead. Go ahead, because that's where it came from. That type of trash, masquerading, hiding behind art, that is the influence of the American community. With the Haitian people, we don't know anything about that type of propaganda. It's you people, Florence and Luce, is packaging trash from the American community, and she's bringing it to the Haitian community as if we are to be impressed. Florence and Luce, we are not impressed. I'm going to spill the tea about you. I'm going to tell everyone what this is all about. You're a greedy little girl. She is a greedy little girl. And let me tell you something. For that type of woman to drop a video where she is in a lesbian trance, okay, because she has never declared homosexuality. These women are using the LGBTQ to bring trash because what it is about the Haitian community, I want to segue the Haitian community, we are afraid of LGBTQ. We are afraid because the LGBTQ is coming in like full force. We are afraid of the LGBTQ. I'm talking for my people. LGBTQ. And so, what these Haitian, the greedy Haitians who want fame at any cost, who want it, they hide behind the LGBTQ. They hide behind it. Okay? So with the Haitian people, when we are faced with the Florence and luches of the world, it's really hard because we are afraid of the LGBTQ, but these Haitians are using the LGBTQ to bully the rest of us, to push images that have nothing to do with our culture. To push images, those images at the end of the day, they destroy our culture, they destroy our family bond, they destroy our children. But Florence Luce does not hesitate because she wants to be famous so badly. She wants it so badly. I will tell you more. So Florence Luce was an assistant to this famous Haitian, I would say film, what do you call these people? Actor. So Florence Luce was an assistant to Blonde Di Ferdinand. They call her Blonde, and she is still a famous Haitian actor. So Florence Luce wanted fame so badly. She masqueraded as her friend. She masqueraded as a lover and a friend, an assistant to Blonde Di Ferdinand. Have you seen that story before? Ta-da! Selena. We have seen that story before. We have seen that story with Selena, where the lady Yolanda masqueraded as Selena's worker, but all the while she was infatuated with Selena. All the while she wanted to be her lesbian lover. That's exactly a repeat. We have seen the story before. We have seen the story before. Relax, shut up, sit around, that way, straight to the north. We have seen a little bit of imagination is all we could have asked for, but we didn't get it. We didn't even get imagination from Florence Luce. We didn't even get creativity from Florence Luce. No, no. Florence Luce has no talent. So it will be very hard for her to come up with an original story. She has very little talent, but we do know that her vagina has had stories. So if Florence Luce wants to be part of a class of artists, your class, your genre is superhead. Ta-da, superhead, superhead. That's where you belong, darling. That's where you belong. There's a place for thee. There's a name for thee. But in as far as the talent zone, you lackluster. You lack basic 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You cannot even do a basic 1, 2, 3 on stage, dude. Your son. I'm not bashing this woman. I am not speaking what has not been shown. All of this is all on social media. This woman gets on stage, okay? She's holding a mic, and an artist, any artist with real talent, you're gonna grab your mic. Real talent does not play. So here comes this imposter holding a mic. Darling, you better hold it like you hold that penis. You better hold that mic. Don't hold. So here comes Florence Luce on stage, and she drops her own mic because there is no talent. There is no hunger for real art, but there is hunger to be explicit. There is hunger to be famous. And that hunger is standing on thin air. No talent to back that hunger. No talent to support that hunger. So instead of showing talent, what are we going to show? Instead of showing talent, instead for Florence Luce to come out as a talented woman, because she's old, she's at least 38 years old. So instead of her to come out with real talent, she's in her 30s, okay? She's in her late 30s. It's way beyond 35. Don't play with me. So instead of her to come out with real talent, she comes out with sex because sex sells. But we the Haitian people, we don't sell sex like the American culture does. And so this is why we are rejecting this blouse and skirt music that she has just done with this lesbian affair. Like Haitian lesbians, there is a place in our society where we love lesbians. Jerry, we love lesbians. Yeah, there is a place in the Haitian community where we love, but it's not in the public space because our public realm is reserved for commerce. Our public realm is reserved for public debate. We, the Haitian people, we have a clear line between public domain and private domain. You do what you want in your private domain, and in the private domain, you might as well love lesbians. Okay, congratulations. Okay, many of us will be right with you privately. Privately. We will do it with you privately. We, the Haitian people, we value privacy. We do not believe in exposing vaginas in front of people, and most of you exposing badly looking vaginas. So when you expose those type of vaginas, what do? We, the Haitian people, what do we say? We say, listen, there's no need to expose this bad looking vagina. We will talk about it because we are the Haitian people. But we will ask you to go back to the private well. We, the Haitian people, will ask you, listen, this is a bad looking vagina. If it looks good, we will say this is a good looking vagina, but take it back to the private well. We have no quarrel with the vaginas and the penis. However they choose to mingle, we have no quarrel. But our culture is a culture where we draw a line, and it's not thin. I'm sorry, I say thin. It is a thick line in the Haitian community between private domain and public domain. Our public realm is for us to take care of public issues. Right now, Haitian children are being bullied nationwide. And for Florence luche to have pushed out children from her vagina and to not focus on this crisis and to take her public influence and to use it to sell sex, I'm going to tell you why. Because she's broke. She's broke. The money's over. We know the Haitian community. We know that Florence luche went to Dubai. We saw her in compromising situation where people who go to Dubai are known to do what they do. She came back with plenty money, but the money is almost done. It's done. Because had that money not been done, why would she be doing all that crap? Okay, this is a hungry monster. Do not feed her. Mona Scott Young, you are feeding the wrong part. This woman has no credibility. What art? What art? She can't even hold a mic. She can't even do a 1, 2, 3 with the mic and keep it together. So what art are you talking about? She's not an artist. She's an imposter. Okay? She's an imposter. She likes to take advantage of things, so she is what you would call, what do you call people who take advantage of situations? That type of nastiness. That's what she is. So as I was spilling the tea to tell you the tea, she used to be assistant to Blonde de Ferdinand, the Haitian community. We call her Blonde. So let me spill that tea real clear of where this woman, Florence luche, came from. Knowing she has no talent and having failed at entertaining Haitian bands, she came on and she held on and she latched on to Blonde de Ferdinand as a lover. Yes. As an assistant. Yes. Okay, and as a friend, but she didn't mean any of it. She was imposturing. And guess what? At the end of the day, she stole Blonde de Ferdinand's business, which was a lipstick. It was called Chirette Cosmetics. Yes. Yes, if we're going to talk about, let's spill the tea. We're talking about a known thief in my community. That lady's a known thief in the Haitian community. So here she is on VH1, and I'm going to segue again into a parenthesis. Here she is on VH1 stealing titles that she has never worked for. If she was on stage one day and she delivered a compas song one day, then we could say maybe she's an apprentice to queendomhood. But darling, you have not even put one performance in compas. Not even on your own. Like when she wants to make big noise with VH1, she latches onto the big bands and she because they draw a big crowd, and she goes and act as if this is her crowd. VH1 should know that crowd is not your crowd. You have been booed over and over by that crowd. Okay, you're an opportunist. You take advantage of the Haitian bands and their crowd, and you bring VH1 as if to say these are the Haitian people who follow you, who love you. No, darling. No. Like, listen, I have proof. Right now, Florence just dropped a song. I have proof. They each, she and her sisters and her crew, they each have at least 10 phones. They each have at least 200 Facebook social media accounts. What they do is they use petty change. They send it to Haiti, to the hungry. Let me tell you, social media has created so much hunger. So much. So what she does, she sends money, she and her crew, they send money to hungry people in Haiti so that those hungry people can come on YouTube and like her fucking shit. Okay? Those are not her crowd. She doesn't have any fans. She's actually paid. You know how they have their farm, like you have a social media, like farms in India and other. She has that type of farm in Haiti. So you people should know the tea. They actually pay. They send $10 a piece. Then they send minutes. They send international minutes to those Haitians who just want to be relevant because they're hungry, they're bored. The country is under gang war. Haiti's under civil war, gang war, military war, all type of wars. So these people are just hungry, trying to be relevant to somebody in the United States who may be able to help, who may not be able to help, but they're going to take a chance because it's better not taking a chance at all. So they're actually sending minutes to people in Haiti to click on this YouTube many times because YouTube cannot really regulate those clicks overseas. So it's like many clicks, and they have like at least 200 just epave. We call these people epave in my culture. Epave, that's what you get when the second line starts beating the drums in New Orleans and you see thousands of people. That's epave. That's what it is. Okay? So she has all these epaves sitting down, at least 200 of them clicking on YouTube day and night until it reaches 1 million. That's all she's been doing, and I have proof. It's all over her timeline. It's all over her blog's timeline. Like who's making up stories about this non-factor, non-talent? There is no talent to criticize. There is no talent to Siskel and Ebert. And there is no talent to say, yeah, headed it. 2 snaps and there is no talent to do that with. Don't you think I want to 2 snaps and don't you think I want to do that? But there is no talent in Florence El Luche. Don't you think I want to play Siskel and Ebert and judge her art? There is no talent to judge. What we have is a pornographic display on a community that is already vulnerable. The Haitian community is already vulnerable. We don't need those types of pornographic displays. We need leaders, influencers who are going to talk about the matters that are relevant to our survival in North America, because this is indeed our continent. We don't want to falter here. So here we go. A long time ago, this is something I say, and you better segue with me because I segue a lot. But a long time ago, the produce used to be cotton, but now, what do these slaves produce? Immorality. Immorality is the monetary continent right now in this 2021. Because these people no longer pick cotton, they just come on social media and promote immoral acts and diffuse immorality. And that is a genre of art? No. It is still immorality. With the Haitian community, we have wonderful artists you need to see. Not Florence El Luche. No. We have wonderful artists who work hard. But Florence El Luche has not worked hard. She has not worked at all. So she's using love and hip hop as escape to ram us like a wild goat in the Haitian community because everything else didn't work. So Florence Luche, what do we know her for? We know her to have taken the company from that actor, blonde. We know her to have taken no title, the Queen of Compa. She doesn't even have a Compa song. She has never been relevant on any Compa stage, let alone to put any type of successful performance where we see art emanate, where we see art. No, we don't see that. But what do you see? We see a seller of sex. We see a sex seller. And so are we supposed to take that as art just because VH1 say it and because VH1 is a major media? No. We the Haitian people, we're going to keep our common sense. We're going to keep our logic. And we are going to denounce any type of Florence. We are going to denounce any type of Florence, any display of rubbish from any person resembling any types of Florence. We will not tolerate you. We won't. We don't. So go on. Use the American system to pillage your own people out of morality. Use the USA system to drag your people into this world where we will lose everything. Go for yourself. It's all for you, and that's all she thinks about is her own hunger for fame, her own hunger for anything is all she thinks about. But it's a lackluster, lack talent, lack common sense. This woman is the with the Asian community. We have not clicked on this video, so when you see that video reach 1 million, it is not us. We the Haitian people, we did not endorse this Florence El Luche video to where it reached 1 million. That wasn't us. She has a farm. She has a like farm in Haiti where she has all these invalids and they are clicking. They are sending minutes from the United States and they are clicking from Haiti. We the Haitian people, we the diaspora, we are not in favor of such art. It is destructive. It is rubbish. Okay? We don't want that. We're not in favor of anything like that. Okay? I just want you people to know I have more tea to spill about this woman and these affairs and this. Listen, this woman could not do a vagina monologue. It would be vagina conversations because we don't remember a time where there's never been a monologue. It's always vagina conversation. So that's the next title. If she should be relevant, she should open things like that. You belong in the genres of superheads. You are selling sex to the Haitian community. We don't want it. We're not buying. That last piece of work you came with, that's porno, take it to use grave. Take it to the Playboy Mansion. Okay, but we don't need that. And we know you need money. Whatever you earned in Dubai is gone. So this is a hungry miser. Like, this is a miser superlative. What type of a character of a woman? And she's greedy. The same afternoon where she publishes videos of her in bed with another woman, she jumps in a bathtub with another man. It's like, what type of greed is this? Like, listen, you're just greedy, girl. You're just greedy and you want to be famous so badly. But guess what? Blonde Diffiels, not created you. And you will always be talentless. You'll always be another Yolanda. But everyone is watching out for Yolanda now. She will not be able to poison anybody. She will not be able to hurt anybody. Next time I come and spill the tea, I'm going to tell you about this girl's voodoo escapades, her sacrifices, how she got here, how many people had to die. She got this crew, she called it Flow Nation. So many of them have dropped dead so she can get where she is. I'm going to spill that tea. Next time, you better tell everybody I'll be live. Sometime on the weekend, I'll be back live. You too, wait for me. Watch out for me. Wait for me. I'm coming. I'm coming with the tea.